All right, hello everybody, Drifty here. So I said I was going to do a video of what's in my pack after 470 miles in on the Appalachian Trail. We hit Damascus and it is actually day 60 for us, and we're just waiting around for Trail Days event, which starts tomorrow and Saturday, and then we'll be getting back on trail on Sunday. But I want to show you what I swapped out through the hike. I switched things out after we got through the Smokies and sent home a bunch of stuff that I realized I didn't need. When I started the journey with 4 days of food, I was at 4 days of food and full of water. I was at 30 pounds. It was actually 30.1 pounds when we left Georgia. And right now with my food carry, since my food is more, I am at about 25 pounds total in weight with food and water. So I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you watched the initial video, but it's on here of what I was bringing with me on trail to what I have now with me on trail. So I'm gonna start with my pack first. I'm still carrying my Unbound 40. And as you can see, I'm getting signatures on the way of friends that I'm meeting and stamps from hostels that we've been staying at. I still have La Di Da with me, and everything on my pack is basically still the same. Well, that came unclipped. But let me put that back there. Anyway, I'll do it later. But I have my water bottle holder. I have my phone pouch. Inside my phone pouch is our team airbait patch right now that we have designed for us. And the wooden cross is still with me. That was given to me from a gentleman at the top of Morrow Mountain, and I've been carrying it with me ever since he gave it to me. It's been in that pouch there, so it stays there. But otherwise, the pack is empty. I emptied it out. So then, of course, I have my tag for the hike this year. I have one clip. This holds my buff that I use to wipe my face or whatever. And I have my little temperature reading thing that tells me how cold or hot it is out, or sometimes I like to look at it even in the tent to see how warm my tent is or cold my tent is inside. But that's it. So the Hyperlite mountain gear Unbound 40. This pack is still doing good. I had it for about 2 years before I even started the hike, and I've been having really no issues with it. There was a metal piece that was back here in the brace that was giving me an issue because somehow it bent, so it was putting pressure points on my back, but I removed it, and now everything seems to be good. For my trekking poles, I'm still using my leaky poles. They are doing just fine. So, the leaky trekking poles. I am still carrying the umbrella with me. It's been raining almost every day on and off, so this comes in handy. It is the Gossamer umbrella. That is the one that I started with. Tents. I'm still using the Big Angus Tiger Wall Platinum 2-person tent. It didn't get a hold. Housekeeping's here. I'm in the hotel, so Tank's gonna get that. Just towels.
Hi, do you need anything like towels?
So, sorry, housekeeping came. But anyway, I'm still using the Big Angus Platinum Wall 2 tent. It did get a hole in the vestibule. I don't know if it was from a branch or whatever, but I was laying down, I looked up, and I noticed the sunlight was coming through. So, I did patch it. It seems to be holding. I've had this tent before I even started the hike. I love this tent. I'm gonna see what I can do about replacing the vestibule. I don't know if you watch my other videos, but it is trail days, and I've been looking to purchase the Hyperlite mountain gear Unbound 2-person tent and go to a trekking pole tent, which will shave me about 1.5 pounds of more weight. The poles are great on this tent. I love it. But I noticed in the Smokies, especially when it's frozen, it's annoying to get the poles to fold up. And I would just like to lose the pole system since I have to carry trekking poles anyway. It's just wasted weight. This tent is a 3-piece tent with the vestibule, the screen, and the ground cloth. So I don't know, just something I've been looking at. So we'll see what happens on Saturday at Trail Days. So I may be switching this tent out and sending the tent home. I'm still carrying this with me. This is getting filthy. I tried throwing it in the washing machine, but it's working out great. I use this to put gear on. I use this to make my lunch on when we stop on trail. I use it at dinner time. I use it for so many different things. When it's raining, I'll even put it in my vestibule and keep my pack on top of this so my pack is not laying in the mud if it gets flooded or something. But this thing from Hilltops is the best that I had made. For sleeping, I am still using my Gossamer foam pad underneath my sleep mat. I love this thing. It keeps a safe of mind too, that I'm not going to put a hole in my mat in some of the shelters if they're rough, or it just gives you the extra warmth and everything. I probably don't need it now that it's summertime, but like I said, it just gives me extra protection under my sleep pad. And I can also use it to sit on if it's a roughed up bench or, I don't know, a log or something. But multiple use. It's taken a beating, but it's holding up. I mean, it literally is doing quite well. Then my sleep pad. I switched out my sleep pad. I was originally using like an 8.4 R value for insulation on the Nemo Tensor. The other pad I have was a Nemo Tensor. This also is a Nemo Tensor, but the R value on this one is only a 4.2. I don't need anything more than that now that the temps are warmer. It's about 2.5 inch thick, where I think the other one was 3 inches thick. I've had this for probably about 3 years now, and I love this sleep pad. So it doesn't make a lot of noise. It is the Nemo Tensor Ultralight 4.2 R value. So I shaved some weight there by switching out my sleep pad to a summer sleep pad. Or I wouldn't say summer, you could probably use it all winter. I've used it in the winter before. The Smokies just made me nervous. If you watch the videos, we got all 4 seasons: hail, snow, rain, ice, everything, and then sun. So I was nervous about the Smokies and doing the winter months, so I did use originally the heavier pad, but I've used this before in the winter and it's been fine. For my liner, I'm still using the magnet design. It's the Alpha Direct sleeping bag liner. Definitely helps with keeping my quilt clean and extra warmth. I'm gonna hang on to this all the way to the end because I find myself using this in the hotels instead of crawling into beds, or if it's too warm, I'm just sleeping in this and basically laying on top of my quilt or not using my quilt. So this is staying with me. I like it a lot. It's comfy. For my quilt, I switched out my quilt in Mars Hill after the Smokies. I went from the Hyperlite Mountain Gear down quilt. I had the 20 and I swapped it out to the 40. The 20 is extremely warm, even in the winter months. I did not have to wear a puffy jacket sleeping in the shelter or my tent. I was pretty much sweating, so I couldn't wait to swap it out. I probably could have got away with this, actually, even in the coldest of the temps, but this definitely lightens my load a little bit, and it definitely packs smaller than my 20 quilt that I was carrying. So now I'm swapped out to the 40 quilt. All right. Clothing. I've sent back a whole lot of clothing. I'm still wearing on trail every day the Smart Wool tank top. This thing dries super quick if it gets wet. I'm still wearing the sloth shorts from Chicken Legs, so I still got them going on. And my shoes are holding up pretty well. I got the Topo Mountain Racers. The tread seems to be pretty good. I don't think I need to switch these out yet. There's really no tears. Tripping, I mean, the toe a little bit, but nothing that's not causing any damage. I do need new insoles though. My insoles from either getting wet or, I don't know, just almost 500 miles in walking on them. So I do have to get new inserts before we leave Damascus and get back on trail Sunday. So I'm just waiting for trail days and I'll get some of them. Topo's supposed to be there, so we'll see. Maybe they have some inserts. If not, I'll find some at the Outfitters or something. For socks, I am using the Dawn Tough Light Cushion with the tab socks. I carry an extra pair with me, and I have a pair on my feet right now. I am still using the icebreaker underwear. I have a pair on me, and I have an extra pair that I'm still carrying with me. I have a bra. I don't remember the name of it, but I got it from Target. One's on me. I like to have the extra bra, so laundry days I have a bra on, so I can wash one and wear one. So I'm still carrying that with me. The sun hoodie, very impressed. It is the Outdoor Research sun hoodie. No holes or tears or anything. It's been taking a beating. It's been coming pretty clean. These sleeves are usually nasty. So the sun hoodie I start probably every day off with my tank top underneath. And then as it warms up, I take the sun hoodie off. So still using the Outdoor Research sun hoodie. I like it. For my mid layer, I had the Sky Goat when I started, and that's a lot heavier than the Senchi Design. I swapped out to the Senchi Design. I have a couple of these, actually. I have like a 120, a couple of the 90s. This one is the 90 by Senchi Design. It is Alpha Direct, and it keeps me extremely warm. But yeah, it's definitely lighter, and it packs smaller than the Sky Goat, so I've gone and switched out. Yeah, I put a hole in it, but it still works as it should. So, and like I said, I've always liked these, just like the liner I'm sleeping in. It's amazing how this thing with all these little holes can keep you so warm, but it does its job. Quite comfy. So I shaved some weight by swapping that out from the Sky Goat. Rain gear. I am still carrying my Outdoor Research helium jacket. It's super light. I wore this all throughout the Smokies with the rain pants. We got hailed on, and having my layers underneath me once it packs on and you're moving, and this kept me dry. I'm not having any issues with sweating in this and my shirt's becoming wet or rain coming through it. So I definitely recommend for weight. This is like 5 ounces. It worked great in the wintertime, and I'll be carrying because I'm still wearing it because it rains every day. So Outdoor Research helium jacket. And then my puff jacket. This will stay with me. I don't really need it. I do like it when we're in the hotels or hostels at nighttime. I step outside if there's a little bit of a chill, or we go to restaurants and it's cold, but the puff jacket's staying with me all the way through. I know a lot of people send their home. I'm not sending it home for the weight and the way that it packs down. I mean, there's plenty of room in my pack for it, so it's staying with me to the end. This is the Enlightenment Equipment jacket. So definitely like it. I like it so much that I'm probably gonna do a custom color order after trail and get the colors that I want. But otherwise, this was the color that they had for the year in stock. Pillow. I just had a pillow issue. This is the Flex Tel with the memory foam. I tried duct taping. I came back from the Aqua Blaze on trail, and for some reason my pillow was flat and all the seams were just done on the airbag inside. So I have been still using it for the past few days. I've just been stuffing it with whatever clothes I'm not using, and using it more as a stuffed pillow. But I'm gonna figure this out this weekend because I'm just unhappy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it and just buy a cheap pillow and stuff it in there. I don't really like the plastic pillows. I can't replace this one here. They have the other Flextail pillow, which I have at the house, but I really like this one with the memory foam. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure out a pillow before I leave here. So right now, I don't know what I'm doing about a pillow, but I need a pillow. It's a luxury that I like, so we'll figure that out. We'll see what Trail Days has. Maybe I'll find something different that I like. Liner bag. I'm still using the small Hilltops liner bag. Everything that I have, basically quilt and my liner and whatever clothes I'm not wearing, gets stuffed in here. Even though the Hyperlite is waterproof, this secures that anything really inside the pack is definitely not going to get wet. I haven't had any wet issues inside my pack at all with all the rain that we had. And it makes it easy because it squashes everything down more, and I can literally just take out this whole bag and throw it in my tent if it's raining, and everything will still be dry, and don't have to bring my wet pack in. Don't worry about all my stuff that I need dry, staying dry. Still carrying the Zero sandals. I am using these, especially in the showers, for some of the hostels that are like concrete floor showers, or if they're just, I don't know, nasty showers. But I don't really use these much around camp, to be honest with you. I use them here when my sneakers, like hotels, when my sneakers need to dry out, or I can't walk in them. I keep tripping. I can't walk in flat shoes. I don't know what the problem is, but they're still with me because I need something extra on my feet for when I'm doing laundry or drying my shoes out at the hotels or hostels and whatever not. Some hostels you can't even bring your trail shoes in, so definitely needed. So I'm just gonna keep hanging on to them. I think they weigh less than a pound, these Zero sandals. So they don't bother anything. I mean, they literally fold up too if needed. So even though I can't walk in them, I'm gonna hang on to them. I had 2 buffs. I had my buff from Outdoor 76. There's no sense in me having 2 buffs. It is extra weight. Anything on your pack is weight. I'm really not using it on my head as much because I use my hat as more. It's more for just wiping sweat or just an extra rag or whatever I need it for. But this buff is staying with me. I still have my Outdoor Research cap. It's definitely taken a beating, but it does hang off my pack, so but it's holding up. It's holding up. It's turning yellow a little bit, but it's holding up, and I'm gonna keep this. I have rain mittens. The weather's getting warmer. My hands really haven't been cold. They get more sticky than they are cold, but for the weight of the rain mittens, I'm probably gonna hang on to them because the weather's so unknown out here. And I'm gonna need them when I get more north, so I'm just gonna hang on to them. I'm still keeping my Outdoor Research waffle gloves and my waffle hat, the grid waffle. I don't know, so many different words for them. These are gonna stay with me. You just never know if it's gonna get cold. Probably don't need that extra weight right now, but if it does get cold, I know I have protection to keep my head warm and my hands warm. All right. What else do I have left? We'll go to this bag here. This is a Hyperlite mountain gear. It is the small zipper pod. Inside here, I still have everything basically for my HDA. I do have a small can of deodorant. I have toothpaste. I did swap out my toothbrush because the other one was getting gross. I still have my that little brush. There you go. It's the chicken tramper brush, super light. It's working out well, gets through my hair. I don't need 2 razors, but it was a 2-pack, so I'm actually carrying 2 razors right now. I still have my glasses, contacts, and I have an extra band for my tie up my hair. And that's what I have in there. I do need more Q-tips. I have to add Q-tips in there. I didn't get Q-tips yet. But Tank's got a whole bunch, so I can always steal one from him. So, HBA is in that pouch. And the smelly stuff, it's in an odor-proof bag, by the way. Because I keep this stuff in the tent with me. Then, as far as the medical and gear repair, I still have everything I need as far as a safety pin, a tick remover. I have vitamins, melatonin, Band-Aids. I have KT tape, some Benadryl if needed, Mucinex. So that's still basically the same what I carry in there, except it's getting lighter because I take a vitamin every day and a melatonin every day, so it's definitely getting lighter. Since I bought 200 of each, melatonin and the vitamins. Bug spray, I just got to get a new can, so I do have a can of bug spray. That is definitely needed, especially with all this rain. The gnats and the mosquitoes are awful. In this, I'm also keeping my electronics. So I still have my Flex Tail air pump. It's been working out great for me. I still have a wall charger. It's the, I don't know how to say it, the Moken dual C-port wall charger. I got 2 C cords for charging. And that stays in there. This Raycon charger. This one does my Apple Watch along with my Apple phone. I can charge them both at the same time, and it also gives me the option to charge something else with a C port if needed. And I'm still carrying the Anchor. This is the 10,000 amp Anchor battery pack. I'm still carrying this one with me too as my backup, which I've used numerous times as a backup. I'm on the phone all the time doing videos and pictures, and sometimes I try to edit at nighttime out there. Well, not edit, but move everything to Video Shop. So I do tend to use a lot of battery. Plus, I use my phone to text on my mini Garmin. When I'm talking to my husband throughout the day, I use the phone messenger app to do it instead of typing on this little thing, but I still have my Garmin. It's been doing quite well. I've had this for probably about 2 years before I even started trail, and it's working just fine. So that's everything that stays in this pouch. Well, not the Garmin. Garmin stays on my pouch. It weighs. This is about, I've weighed it. I'm literally about 3.2 pounds in electronics and health and beauty, medical gear repair and everything. So there's really no way to lessen this unless I got rid of a battery pack or decided not to brush my teeth. I don't know, but it is what it is. And I have what everybody else has. I call it the shit kit. This is the Hyperlite 2-liter pouch. I have my trowel. It's been doing fine. It hasn't bent or anything. I got this one from Hilltops. I honestly do not remember the name of it. But I got it from Hilltops. It's super small, fits in a Ziploc bag. And that's what I'm digging my cat holes with. I have some Sea to Summit soap. Definitely use this. We're pretty much not in privy areas anymore, but the privy is awful if you have to use a privy. Germ-X does not kill norovirus, so you definitely want to carry a soap with you. A lot of people have the Ronners, but this was lighter, and this soap is not as sticky. They're just like these little, I don't know, it's the Sea to Summit pocket soap. They're just these little tiny little pieces of paper that just turn into soap as soon as they get wet. I have my odor-proof trash bag for carry-out. I keep a Ziploc bag in there so I could just get rid of the Ziploc bag and my trash. And that stays in an odor-proof bag so nothing gets stinky. And then I have my baby wipes, which is in a Ziploc bag that I put in an odor-proof bag also, because this stays in my tent with me. Ooh, what do I have? All right. Still carrying the Versa. Right now the straps are on because we've been going to different places as we're here in town. Otherwise, the straps usually stay in that Hyperlite pod with the electronical stuff, because I use the belt on the pack to keep this on my waistline. I'm still using the same headlamp. Totally came in handy the other night when we were on trail for a 24.7 slack pack hike, when we cut out there in the dark. I still have my sunglasses. I really haven't used them much because I don't know what the sun is out here on the Appalachian Trail, because I haven't seen any. It's been on and off raining. But they will stay with me. I still have my human spray for the bad people that I'm carrying. I don't think I'm going to ever need it, but it'll work for the bears too. Makes my husband feel better, I guess. I'm still carrying the weight of that. My pods are in here. I have Germex in here. Eye drops. Still using the same wallet. I have my passport that I'm getting stamps in for everywhere that we stop. And I still have my neck knife in here, which I actually used a couple of times. I've used this more to open up our packages that we forward to ourselves for food and all. So that's what stays in here. Let's see what's in the front pouch. I do have to get another lighter. My stick lighter called out, but it's on my list to get to. I keep vitamins in here, a pouch, so this way I remember to take them every morning. I got my Sharpie that everybody is signing my pack with. I have I haven't even used this, honestly. I did in the Smokies. We were using chapstick like crazy in the Smokies because of the wind and the rain and the snow, and I really haven't even used it. I may even ditch this. I mean, it is what? 3 ounces? I mean, ounces add up, so I don't know. I may ditch that. And then I still have my mom with me. It's just that she's in my Versa. It was between the cold temperatures and the sweaty temperatures. It was really hard to wear it on my neck. It was actually irritating my neck pretty bad, so I had to take her off. So she's safe in here. She's still coming to the end with me. She's in my Versa. And this is the large Versa from Hyperlite. Mountain gear. I've not had any issues with it, with getting wet inside at all. Nothing. Everything stays dry. I mean, I even keep my cigarettes and a lighter in there, and they're completely dry with all the rain that we've been getting, so that's working out for me. And cooking. All right, cooking. Oh, total weight on this on an average day is 1.5 pounds, fully with everything I need in there. Food bag. This is 5 days worth of food. I started with 4 days worth of food, and my food bag probably weighed around 4 to maybe 4.5 pounds, depending what was in there. My bag is now weighing somewhere between 7 to 8 pounds with 5 days of food. Definitely eating more on trail. I needed to lighten the load on other gear, along with making space in the 40-liter pack in order for this to even fit in there, because it's a tight fit. So yeah, one of the reasons why I definitely needed to shave weight, where I still want to try to shave weight with my tent and all, is because I'm carrying a lot more food. I'm hungry out there. Definitely getting hiker hunger. And trying not to carry no more than 4 days, but some of the areas we have to carry 5 days all the way through before we can get to another resupply. I'm still using the same stove. It is the jet foil stash. I still like my stove. I got some fuel, the stove that comes with it, and then I have this little rag, which I've already changed out like twice, to clean my pot, and I use this a lot. I don't really need to use it to balance the stove when I'm cooking, but I use it more for when I'm done cooking. Since I drink my carnation and coffee and my soup and everything out of this, it gives it a place to sit without it being in the dirt. So I probably don't need that little extra weight, but it works. So I still have the same stove. For water filtration, I am still using the Catadine be free. Still on the same bottle and the same filter. It hasn't clogged. We flush them every time we come into a town for resupply or stay at a hostel. So that's working out well for me. I'm still carrying these extra caps for the smart bottles that I got off the hilltops. I've used one already because one of the smart water caps have busted on the sport cap. They seem to be a lot stronger than what the smart water bottle gives you. So it's working out well. So I still have, oh no, that is the cap in there. It was 2 caps and then 1 regular cap, sorry, that we got. Because I just switched out my water bottle, that's why. So I just have, this is a 23-ounce bottle. This is the one I carry, and I mix my electrolytes in. This is my drinking bottle. I've been carrying this one basically from the start. That's a 1-liter bottle to fill up for water. And then I did have to add another 1-liter bottle because I'm drinking a lot more now that the temps are getting warmer, and sometimes we have to carry a whole lot of water. So usually this one stays full, and then this one I fill and top off with all the other ones to make sure I have enough cooking water for dinner and breakfast before camp. Or if the temps get hotter, then I have a backup plan. I think that's it. That's all that I have right now. I'm not carrying anything more than what you see. Like I said, it looks like it's a whole lot, but it weighs about 25 pounds. Way less if I minus the food bag and the water carry, but that stuff is needed. So I'm around 25 pounds right now. I think what I'll do is, I know the first video I made, somebody had mentioned and commented that there's no way it weighed 30 pounds and, you know, because everything looks so puffy, you know. That's the thing when it comes to down items is they puff up really big, but they literally squash down to nothing. So yes, there's no joking about the weight. These things are super light. Anyone can look them up in Google how much these quilts and all weigh, but they literally, once compressed, they go down to nothing. So that's why everything fits in a 40-liter. The same with the jacket. All the clothing I had picked out, I had gotten wet before I came to make sure they were quick dry. So if any of my clothes get wet when it's raining, usually by the time we go to bed, it's dry. I did send back my merino wool pajamas because, like I said, I'm sleeping very hot to the point where I'm actually sweating even in a shelter where there's not the warmth of being inside a tent, and I just wasn't wearing it. So it was like another 11 ounces that I was carrying in pants and shirt that I didn't need. The rain pants, they actually ripped on me. Outdoor Research did send me a replacement pair. They're actually at the house. I don't feel the need for needing rain pants right now that summertime's here because my shorts dry way too quick when they get wet. So they usually dry before I go to bed. So I'm probably not going to have my husband send me the rain pants. So I'm not worried about that until maybe north. If temps get cooler, depends on when we arrive in the northern states. So yeah, so I did send back a couple of things and switched out some gear, which technically I lost about 5 pounds or more than 5 pounds I dropped because my food bag is weighing 3 pounds more. So I probably shaved about 8 or 9 pounds. I do have a lighter pack link. I'll put that up here and you can see how much everything I'm carrying weighs. You can check out the lighter gear. And I'll show you what I'm using and how much everything weighs, what my base weight is and all that other stuff. And that's it. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on how it all packs in that 40-liter pack. And that's it. That's all I got. So now I'm gonna go back to enjoying my 0 day. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I just went to my lighterpack.com and I made sure that all my gear that I'm carrying is pretty much up there. I think there's a few things missing, like that little thermostat thingy that I have, but that probably weighs like maybe 2 ounces, if that. It's super light. The pillow's not on there because I don't know what I'm doing about a pillow. I did try to upload new photos of the items I'm carrying, but for some reason it won't allow me to do that. But the descriptions are good. I don't think I'm missing anything else. I'm not going to mark down toothbrush, toothpaste, and all that. I already gave you an idea that that whole entire pack, that one pod that I carry, the Hyperlite pod that houses all my health and beauty items and electronics and all that stuff, usually weighs around 3 pounds. But you can get a general idea looking at it. And I always forget to say it at the end of my videos. Be sure to comment below, ask me any questions about anything that I have, and subscribe to the channel because I am YouTubing throughout the trail from Georgia to Maine. So you can actually see me using the equipment, and you'll hear me if anything fails on me. Like I think the day I got the hole and had to patch the tent, that was on video. I was extremely upset about that. So yeah, just comment, like it, subscribe, and tell me what you think. And if you have any questions, I'll be sure to get back to you. Just comment below. All right, well, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go back to my 0 day now, and I'm probably gonna do that, how to pack my pack, later on this evening. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.